Welcome to the Rotoscopers YouTube. My name is Chelsea Robson.
And I'm Morgan Stradling.
Today we are going to be covering the 35th anniversary edition of Pete's Dragon! So Pete's Dragon was put out in about 1977. And this was a few years before us, before we came around.
Yes, let's say that. Quite a few years before us.
But you see, I am one of those really hardcore Disney fans that is like, no matter what Disney puts out, I want to buy and I want to have in my collection. And so I always wanted to have this movie. I'm like, oh, Pete's Dragon. And if I never saw it, I would be like, no, I have to see this movie just so I can know what is in this movie. So I can quote it, so I can just talk to people about it. It expands my horizons here.
And it has an animated dragon.
Exactly. So I was always really excited about this movie. But the problem was, it was so hard to get through. I have watched it so many times. Okay, let me try this. I have tried to watch it so many times, but I always die. Like, it's a test of wills. And I always fail. I fail miserably. Right about the time when she starts to sing the song Candle on the Water, I'm just done. I'm like, oh no. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a really good song. It was actually nominated for an Academy Award that year, so, I mean, it's a good song, but I'm gonna say, it's the slowest movie ever. Oh my gosh, it drags, and I want to win, and every time I try again, oh, this time it'll be great. But then I'm like, no, I can't do it.
It's not. Oh. This is the live-action equivalent of the Black Cauldron.
No!
It's hard to get through.
Oh man.
But what are the pluses of Pete's Dragon?
Well, here's the thing. We got the DVD, and I was looking in on all of the different features that it had, and I'll have to tell you this, that even though I fell asleep during the movie and I just couldn't take it, I actually really enjoyed the bonus features. Nice. So some of the really good bonus features that it does have, it's got like demo reels and storyboards taken out different ways, and so that's always something that I enjoy watching. So I was like, oh, all right, bonus to you. All right, good job. You get at least 1 star on that.
At least they tried.
Yeah. And then after that, I got to this one point where it actually had this 30-minute how they did it, you know, the behind-the-scenes thing. And at first, I was really not sure if it would end up good, because it was, you know, it's like about 10 years ago was the first time I ever went to Universal Studios. I haven't been there since, so they might have changed. It might be a whole lot better, but all I remember about Universal Studios of that time was like the magic of blue screen. Ooh. Like every little thing, it took you like 4 hours to get through, and everything was the magic of blue screen. This is how we did this. Yay. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. But that's what I was thinking it was going to be. But actually it was a lot more inclusive. It actually went back to Walt Disney, talked about some of the Alice shorts and how they did that, and how he was the very first one to put people in the animated world as opposed to the animation in the people world. And so that had been done before, but the contrary had never been done before. So it just progresses a lot from there, and I don't know, there was just a lot of really good things in it that I just felt like, huh, you guys got extra bonus points on that one. Morgan, what did you think?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Pete's Dragon is a story about a boy named Pete. And he has a dragon who's invisible, who's named...
I forget.
Oh, Elliot.
Elliot. And the dragon? It's Elliot. Sorry.
You know the quote.
I know.
They live in a seaside city called
Passamaquoddy.
Passamaquoddy. So essentially that's what the movie's about. It's about Pete and his dragon, and the dragon's invisible for half the time. So this really was not that hard of a movie to produce. It's like, yeah, it's animated, but the dragon's invisible half the time, so like as an animator, I'm sitting there thinking like, sweet. I want that scene.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
So he pops up every once in a while in his animated form, but for the most part, he's just invisible, and you're supposed to imagine that he's there. And they get in all sorts of trouble. Of course, no one believes Pete that he has an invisible dragon, but of course we do, because we can see him. Stuff happens. To be honest, I've never seen the end, so I don't know how it ends, so... no spoilers here. But all in all, it's an okay movie, and
how do you know it's an okay movie if you've never seen the end?
I don't know. It's not even okay. Why did I say that? It's a bad movie. Pete's Dragon is not good. I'm sorry. And our good friend Don Bluth worked on this movie. He was the animation director, supervisor on this, and that's awesome.
He did a great job.
He did a really good job with the parts that the dragon was actually in, but that does not cover up for a bad movie.
It was just so long.
Very long. Don't watch it at night, you'll fall asleep.
Yeah. There are some good points to the movie, I will give them that. They had a couple really good songs in there.
I'll be your candle on the water.
Oh, love it. They also, no, but really, they do have the I love you too.
Oh, that's a good song.
I really like that song.
Do 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 do. I look in your eyes and I see so clearly. Oh, 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 oh. That is the best song to sing to a significant other, just so you know. They'll really love it.
So they do have a few good songs in there. I like the song, so it's like, okay, cool. But there's just some that you're just like, I'm just done. I'm just so done. And it had, here's the other reason why. Because it had Helen Reddy. Do you know who Helen Reddy was?
No.
Exactly. Because in the 70s, she had one huge hit, and it was called I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar.
Nice.
Yes. Have you ever heard that song?
No.
I am woman, hear me.
So we give the movie 1 star, and we give the bonus features 3 stars, which altogether I guess rounds out to a 2-star Blu-ray DVD release, which is not so good.
Not so good at all.
But if you're a hardcore Disney fan, this is definitely a buy, because if you're a hardcore Disney fan, you want every Disney movie in your collection.
It's true.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you want to be able to know these movies, sing them, quote them, talk about them, own them.
Or even rant about them.
Yeah. Anyone else? Rent it.
Until next time, we are the Rotoscopers.
Steven, be quiet!
Was he just singing Pocahontas?